Live. There we go.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Corey, nod your head if we're live. He's smiling, but he's not nodding his head. So, are any comic lovers out there?
Is anyone watching?
Well, not at the moment, but we have to remember that this will be archived and linked for people to be able to come and watch later. So
we better be serious.
Yes.
Yes. And we don't get to edit this one.
Yikes!
All right.
So Tim can't use the magic brush and drop about 25 pounds off me and, clear up my complexion a little bit and...
Nope. We learned that earlier in the week when we had our accidental first post.
Yes.
That there's no way to fix it once it's been posted to YouTube.
So as long as you're sitting around, you read any good comics lately?
I just read this. I read Mouse. Finished that. I hadn't read it yet.
You hadn't read it?
I had not read that.
How did you miss Mouse in your education?
I never took a class that offered in any way.
Really? There are no world literature or composition classes at it?
None of the ones I took at UNT, but now I'm catching up.
Did you ever have any graphic novels in your classes?
No, actually.
So when did you start reading graphic novels?
Back in high school.
What was your first graphic novel you read?
The Watchmen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the first one.
How did you land on that?
Well, the movie came out when I was in high school, but before it came out, my brother told me about it because he read it.
So he gave you the graphic novel to read before the movie?
And it was...
And what was your reactions?
I loved it. I read it, I think, twice because I was like, I feel like I missed a lot of stuff, but I loved it. And so I kind of just, I've been reading them periodically over time now.
Reading graphic novels periodically?
Just randomly, whenever I can.
In high school, what was your favorite?
Let's see, what are the ones I read? I think Watchmen was I read it my senior year of high school, so that was the only one. In undergrad, I read Asterios Polyp, and I loved that. So good.
So we're going to teach that in the 3-credit course.
I know.
So all you mookers out there, if you're interested in reading Asterios Polyp with the Team 1, you can take the 3-credit course, and we'll have active discussion about it.
It's a great opportunity. It's such an excellent graphic novel.
One of the amazing things about that Dave Mazzucchelli is, to my mind, he's one of the few guys, he's not the only guy, there's more guys now, but one of the few guys who really crosses the line between what we would think of as an intellectual project, graphic novel, that's telling a story shorn of any superhero nuance, right? But it's just a kind of literary story. Mazzucchelli is one of the few guys who can walk the line between that and, he's done the definitive Batman and Daredevils.
Really?
He worked with Frank Miller on Batman Year One. Have you read Batman Year One?
Yes, actually, taught that.
Really?
Taught that, yeah.
Well, it's Mazzucchelli.
No, I should have known that.
And have you read Mazzucchelli's City of Glass?
No, I haven't. I've heard it's fantastic.
Mazzucchelli's City of Glass.
So I want to interrupt you guys because I want to encourage you to open up the Q&A app. Hello, everyone out there. My name's Corey Pavicic, and I'm one of the members of the course staff. But I see in the Q&As we are getting some people active in there.
Oh, well then.
I thought I would let you know that we do have an audience.
Has the workshop started? Oh, there they are.
There we are. Eric, you're here.
Yeah. How do we get them to join the Hangout?
So select them.
Eric should check his email where the link is that'll help him join directly into the video feed.
If you're out there, please check your email.
What if you just hit select?
That just selects the question.
And I see Sonia Mukherjee is with us?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Sonia.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you. Kind of. We're not really meeting you, but it's nice.
And if any of those people would like to join into the conversation, let us know, and we can bring some people live into this conversation.
Corey,
and have you watching. Although, of course, you are welcome to just watch. But while you were doing that, yeah, you were having an excellent conversation about comics. But we could also talk about where we are in the class.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Alyssa is going to add some people.
And then try and invite Eric again.
So many of you may or may not know, this is the first Google Hangout of the comic books and graphic novel MOOC. We have not tried this feature before, and we're very excited to start it.
Okay.
Okay.
Eric, I sent you another invitation, so hopefully that works. So we can see you.
And why are we trying to bring in Eric?
We're going to be talking about his essay today. We started a thread last week to have people post their drafts so we can start working together to improve everyone's essays. And Eric has a very interesting essay for us to talk about. Hopefully we can get a hold of him.
Found it also, and now have you up and live.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. Don't see Eric yet.
It's loading.
Okay, we should be able to see Eric now.
There we go. Hello.
Eric, I don't think we're hearing you yet.
There you go.
Is the selected microphone with that working?
Excellent.
We can hear you now.
Is that working?
Excellent.
There we go.
It is working.
Okay. It was saying it wouldn't use the microphone, but now it
There's no
seems
picture
like
of
it
you. Go try this face thing right there.
will. All right. I'll try that
Okay,
one.
we should be able to see Eric now.
There we go. Hello.
And Eric, this is much like the old call-in radio shows on AM radio where you have to turn down the radio, so that because there is a delay on the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
So, Eric, it's wonderful to meet you. William Cuskin here, and
Alyssa Quintanilla. We can hear you now.
absolutely great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is that working?
And
I think it's working.
I'm sitting here in Boulder, Colorado, in the English department.
You can use the microphone. Oh wow, what a delay. That's a long delay.
Can we ask, where are you?
All right.
Okay, we should be able to see Eric now.
There we go.
And Eric, this is much like the old call-in radio shows on AM radio where you have to turn down the radio, so that because there is a delay on the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
You seem to be looping back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's not-
absolutely great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I think it's Boulder, Colorado, in the English department.
Can you use the microphone? Oh wow, what a delay. That's a long delay.
Can we ask, where are you?
Delayed.
That would be a long delay.
Yeah.
We are frozen.
Something happened. Yep. Don't know what happened there.
Corey, you still with us?
There he is.
I am. Okay, hopefully we'll have better sound this time.
Okay.
I think he just.
I just went back to the email
Okay.
and tried to redo it.
Yeah, when you're joining, Eric, we get terrible feedback.
Yeah.
It's not good, is it?
Do you have headphones, possibly?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try that.
All right. There we go. We can hear you now.
So, note for our future file will be to bring everyone into the Hangout before we start the broadcast and do some sound checks.
That's a good.
Just for those people who are watching, in case you missed this is our first time doing this, so we're discovering a few issues.
All right. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Okay. Shall we start again?
Let's try this again.
I'm William Cuskin, and this is the first comic books and graphic novels MOOC writing hangout, and I am along for the ride.
I'm Alyssa Quintanilla. I'm one of the TAs here. We're coming to you from Boulder, Colorado, here in the English department. Where are you, Eric?
Eric, can you hear us?
Yes. I think the loops have finally ended, maybe.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
So where are you
Yep.
located?
I'm in Boston.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And
Sure.
how did you sign up for comic books and graphic novels? What enticed you into this MOOC? This is tricky.
Yeah. It's hard to follow.
It is hard to follow. Are you experiencing a feedback loop?
Yeah, there's definitely a loop and a bit of a delay.
So what got you to take comic books and graphic novels?
And then it just interjects sort of random recordings from before.
What a drag.
Huh.
We hear you perfectly.
Hmm.
Do you want to hang up one more time and try again?
Yeah, I can try going back to the email and just rejoin you again.
Including one more time.
So what's your favorite graphic novel?
My favorite?
Yes.
Dark Knight Returns.
Really? I've not read that one yet.
Still, Dark Knight Returns still holds in as my absolute favorite graphic novel. And I don't think I say that when we get to the Dark Knight Returns lecture, but I think the lecture explains what I see in it pretty well.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Dark Knight Returns. Can't get over it. You know, Fun Home is just an incredible graphic novel.
I am looking forward to reading that
And
so much.
Watchmen is so dense with depth that, you know, they're incredible.
Really good.
Last night I read Robert Crumb's 1987 Hup, and it's really just a comic book. Contains about 4 stories, and Crumb is so fascinating because he's really such a unique artist, and everything he does it speaks of his creative sense.
Read more of that. All right.
All right, Eric, you're back.
Okay.
Is it working?
It's saying that my microphone is not working, and somehow my hardware is muted. So I don't know how to fix that actually.
We
But.
hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, actually, I can. And there's a background loop going on, but I can hear you guys in real time, and I'll just try to ignore the other stuff,
Okay.
I guess.
All right.
Thanks for keeping with it.
Oh, I can all hear your side. Okay.
So what brought you to this in particular?
Well, I started taking Coursera courses earlier last summer, and I was taking some computer programming classes and stuff like that, and I've always just kind of liked graphic novels as an art form. I've always been a big fan of the artwork, line drawings, and that sort of thing. Thought that I'd take a class to see what it's all about, and part of the class is making a comic book, which is something I've always wanted to do.
Great.
Even if it's only 4 pages, it still counts.
It does, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Definitely.
All right, let's work on this paper.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so do you mind if I pull up your paper on the screen?
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I actually made a copy of it
Awesome.
for me.
So I'm going to pull it up so everyone can see it. I think you're doing a lot of really good things in this paper, actually.
Thanks.
Even better.
There's the
It should load. There we go. Cool.
great.
All right.
There it is.
So, thinking about the assignment of analyzing a page that Professor Cuskin has provided, what would you say your argument is in this particular essay?
Okay. My argument is that the page layout and the way the panels are designed is as important as some of the other elements of some of the other components in the story.
Yes, definitely. So it's kind of thinking about what you've learned from this course and kind of applying it specifically to this page, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people realize that there's a story that's important, and the artwork is always something I've been a fan of. But the the page layout is something that's sort of in the background and something that maybe isn't obvious to someone who hasn't taken a course like this.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you do a fantastic job of actually showing how the page itself is working and what we get from that. My challenge for you, though, is to push this a little bit further. So think about it in terms of what are the larger consequences of having the page laid out like this. So we can see through your close reading, which is quite good, that the page is actually, it does create space, pacing and flow and drama, but what does that do to the reader overall? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can kind of think about, like, why would Eisner do this? He's trying to create suspense. That's true. But what else is he doing here? I mean, you don't have to have an answer right away.
An answer right away would be good. Would be good.
What do other people think? I know they're there on the chat. There they were.
So, of course, I said I wasn't going to pipe in, but now I want to pipe in.
Of course.
So, Eric,
Yep.
taking it as a given that the layout of the page creates the pace of the page. I'm taking that as a given. You do have a unique eye for spatial layout. Reading your paper, I see you have a unique eye for spatial layout.
Definitely.
But I want to push you further and say, look, I completely agree with your last sentence of your introduction. Page layout and panel shape and size choices are used to direct attention to important elements on the page and create pacing, flow, drama, and suspense. But I want you to go further. Either, why is that important to teach the reader? That's my first question. Why is that crucial to teach the reader? Just answer me. Just tell me. I mean, come on. We're only live broadcasting in the moods, you know. So, but play with me a little bit here. Why is that so crucial? What is the surprise to you and to me and to Alyssa in realizing that? I know, it's hard.
Someone said it's a pacing issue?
All right.
So, I'm sorry. It's just I'm getting like 5 or 6 loops overlapping on top, and I can't actually hear what's actually going on.
Okay. That's a drill.
Currently, so it's hard to follow.
Do you have the chat function on your?
Let me see what I've got.
It's like in the side, so it's group chat.
There it is. Yep, I have that. Maybe typing would be easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We could get responses and kind of go off of that instead of.
Okay. Yeah, it's the audio that I'm hearing too. If there's.
Do you want to switch to our picture?
Yeah.
Our question, if you can't hear it, does he even hear our question?
We might have to repeat it. But we can. But this can be an exercise for everyone in thinking about formulation of argument, as opposed to simply explaining a page.
Good.
So thinking about the larger consequences of what you are saying in your paper. Why does your reading matter? Is really important in synthesizing and analysis.
I agree. I agree.
There we go.
Okay.
So.
Eric is on the chat feature.
Yes.
Go ahead. Or do you want me to go ahead?
So you were going with something there. Why is it important that Eisner presents the page in this way? He's doing it it's a pacing issue. What does that do?
So I'm not sure Eric can hear us. I think we're embedded in some feedback loop, and I think we need to write our questions down.
All right. I don't know if you can. Yes. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay, good.
That works pretty well. So what do you think is the best way to formulate an argument? How do you approach a paper?
How do I approach a paper?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a very interesting question. When I am writing something, I often come to a piece of literature and have a moment of panic. In the, what do I have to say about this? I don't have anything to say about this. Okay, I think it's important to set up the scene.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So Eric said that he thinks it's important to setting up the scene. That's very true, especially in something that is visual. We have to be able to see like the progression of things. But I think in this case, it's important to push beyond that. So setting up the scene for what larger purpose? Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So should we type, or I guess you can?
I think we should type.
All right.
Yeah.
And jumping back in here for a minute to let you guys know that you should. The chat isn't necessarily going to show up in YouTube. So you're going to need to repeat the things that are said in there.
Okay, so Eric is saying that he sets up the scene, Eisner sets up the scene to establish the character, and that the protagonist is in a dark cityscape climbing into a manhole in the gutter. Okay, so what I want to ask, I want to hear what Eric thinks. What Eric thinks is the larger purpose of the page. Eric, to your mind, what is the larger purpose of that page? Why does Eisner want to tell a story subterranean, laid out with that pace and those shapes? Corey, do you have advice here? Because I'm not sure if we're not sure if we're communicating.
Okay.
Not really sure.
Yeah. I would actually like him to try to unmute again and talk to us. I may have just fixed it.
Okay.
How's it sounding, Eric?
It sounds good. I'm trying to unmute it. It's just.
Don't worry about the. We can hear you just fine. Can you hear us? Are we getting the feedback again?
I can hear you, Corey. It's not. You're not feeding back. I'm still on. There's still a loop in the other group there.
Oh, interesting.
There's a loop in our group.
Oh, not now though.
No.
Oh,
Good.
maybe Corey
Maybe it's
fixed it.
fixed. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Corey.
Apparently, we can't both be logged into the same account in different locations.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
That's not in the directions.
So can we get down to
Sounding
business
good.
now?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I'm still getting a little bit of a loop. Yeah, I'm still getting some loops. Yeah.
So.
What do you think we should do?
Yeah, it's still looping.
Still looping.
Lost Eric.
Oh,
Lost Eric.
there. Okay, so
Did that do something?
that button works.
But what does it do?
I think that was his camera.
Does that work better? Or
Can you
I'm
hear
still-
us? Okay.
I'm still okay. I can hear you guys, but it still loops.
It's still a
It's still
mess.
talking over.
It's really
So if you talk with like 5-minute pauses,
okay.
then they won't have time to catch up. Yeah, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done a Google Hangout, so
Me too.
otherwise I might be able to help. I don't really know how it works either.
I'm not really sure why this is happening.
Corey, you still there?
Oh,
right.
I don't see Corey.
I'm just trying to reduce the number of factors in this. I actually have no idea why the Hangout is not cooperating with us.
I don't know.
And I think you guys can decide right now as to whether you want to continue this, if this is productive, or if we pick this up in the morning and try again with Hangout number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I can come back for the next one if we think we can figure it out. Or what about shutting the whole thing down and starting it over right now? Is that possible? Just to reset the whole thing?
Yeah, they could try to.
I don't know if that works.
That would be the other thing we could try, but I am starting to think that something about this is not working.
Yeah, it's not like it. Not right for that. It's having a loop.
Well, I would say this. I would say we should shut down, try it one more time, and then Eric can join the 9 o'clock Hangout. Though I'm not sure that Allison has prepared the same paper.
No, but I'll tell her.
But we should. I think that we should give Eric some written comments on his paper.
I've given him some already. And
we can either submit them in the discussion forum or email them to Eric, and then Eric can submit them. I think we should just submit them in the discussion forum.
Sure.
It's an open forum.
That's what Allison and I have actually done with all of the papers. Right. This is a new version of his paper because he went through it again, which was great. But I'll give you some more feedback if we can't get this to work. But I think you...
So let's shut down, invite Eric again, and try one more time.
Let's try this one more time.
Okay. So will you send me another invitation by email?
Yes.
Okay.
3 minutes.
Yes.
No, use the exact same link.
Exact same link?
It's not a different link.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, everybody, we're shutting down because we're going to try again.
Try it again.
All right.